Welcome back to our Literature Review Workflow series. I'm Matthew Courtney. I'm a practicing researcher and instructor in the field of education, and in this series, I'm showing you the actual workflow that I use to create literature reviews in my own professional practice. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take notes as you read the articles you've downloaded for your review. Organized note-taking helps in retaining important data, synthesizing diverse information, and effectively retrieving those key points when you need them later. It also plays a vital role in managing references, avoiding plagiarism, and building a solid foundation for your literature review. The aim is not just to capture what's been read, but also to connect those ideas coherently into your research questions. When I perform a literature review, I always take my notes using the spreadsheet method. This approach involves creating a digital spreadsheet with 3 tabs, each serving a unique purpose. Tab 1, Full Citations. The first tab is dedicated to full citations of the articles. Each entry should contain all the citation information needed for your reference list, such as the author's name, year of publication, title of the article, journal name, volume, issue, page numbers, and the digital object identifier, or DOI. This tab acts as a quick reference for all the documents you've consulted, making sure that you have all the necessary information for proper citations and can easily return to the source if needed. It also prevents you from having to track down a missing file in the last minutes before submitting your review, which can be a real pain. Tab 2, Notes. The second tab is where you'll take detailed notes on each article. In column A, you'll place each note in its own row. Think about each row like a bullet point in a list. You will summarize and paraphrase each key point into its own row. As you do so, be sure to include parenthetical citations that aligns to your paper in tab 1. This will keep your notes tidy and make your writing process much more smooth. Tab 3, Articles Defined. The third tab is for managing your research pipeline, listing articles that you've come across in references or literature reviews that you want to find later. This can include brief details about where the article is cited, why it seems relevant, and other important notes that might help you in your search for these articles later. Once these articles are obtained, they can be moved to the appropriate sections in tab 1 and 2, maintaining a cycle of research discovery and documentation. Here's an example of what this type of note-taking spreadsheet might look like. Just a quick note, all the articles you'll find here are fake and were created for demonstration purposes only. As discussed, tab 1 includes my full reference list citation for each paper. Tab 2 includes all of my notes, with each note in its own row, with its own parenthetical citation. Tab 3 includes notes on papers that I want to find. Effectively organizing notes means more than just writing down what you've read. So here are some tips on how to categorize and summarize information to enhance your research efficiency. Summarize wisely. Instead of copying and pasting extensive text from an article, write summaries in your own words, focusing on how the study contributes to your research questions. This practice enhances understanding and memory retention and prevents accidental acts of plagiarism. Reflect and question. Make a habit of writing down your thoughts or questions that arise while reading. This could be about the methodology, the results, or implications of a study. These notes are invaluable for deepening your analysis and discussions during your meetings with advisors and peers. Evaluate the evidence. Critically assess the evidence presented in each article. Note whether the evidence is strong, whether it has limitations, and what those limitations are. This critical engagement not only deepens your own understanding, but also prepares you for potential counter-arguments or alternative perspectives when you present your own research later. Organized note-taking is not just a tool for documentation, but a strategic component of the research process. The notes you take form a bridge between reading the literature and writing your own scholarly work. As you move from collecting information to writing about information, these notes will serve as the backbone for your arguments and all your citations. In the next video, I'll show you how to transform these notes into the narrative text of your literature review.